Bernie Police and Fire Department.
And the Rockets, red glare.
For Game 4 of these Western Finals, the Thunder, the number one.
German.
Comfortable with the changes.
We just need to be smarter about how we play. Dylan Harper telling me we've been able to...
It's just another one, and such a big part of why this team always seems to have the Spurs. They haven't lost 3 in a row. And for the 4th consecutive first shot. It's short. Chased down by Fox. Reed T. Wemby for 3. In this series. How will they guard SGA tonight? Hartenstein left 3, and his patented shot. How will the other players contribute for San Antonio? They need more from them to get Victor free. Nice find inside. Castle Champagny straight on. Missed the 3. Remember, 2-1.
Hey, get off to a quick start. Oh, they did that in Game 3, and it didn't work out for them.
That was Wembanyama's impact, making it a tougher release, but Wallace able to work in the corner and chase it down. Wembanyama hadn't released. He joins the defense. Holmgren to the basket. Wemby!
What a beautiful block there by Wemby.
Can't add a second 3.
Yes, I know Wemby can knock down that shot. He's already knocked down 1, but you don't want him falling in love with it.
SGA trying to get rid of a pesky Castle inside. Hartenstein hit that shot twice.
Every single night.
Yes.
But to go over a 7'5" guy and make with that same accuracy is tough.
Castle turning the corner, gets inside, crossing contact, and scores. Second leading scorer in this series for the Spurs, just under 19 a game. That's above his season average. 3 for 3.
Look at this. Look, because right whatsoever to Hartenstein. He has it all series long.
Hartenstein travel on that one, though.
Afraid of the moment.
That's the 10th block for Wembanyama in this series. Wallace, the 3. That's off. Wemby tied up with Hartenstein
there, but that's the correct call there by Foster on Hartenstein. He was clearing out space.
Wemby's got an arm around him. Yeah, Hartenstein's got the other arm around him.
Well, they're both doing the two.
But Wemby's able to be in that drop coverage because Hartenstein's not a threat to shoot a 3. That will change when Caruso comes into the game.
Wembanyama, who hasn't had
there by Castle. He took a patient dribble to engage the defense, to commit, and that's when he could throw it up to Wemby for the dunk.
Good hands by Champagny to knock it away. You saw the graphic. 2 first half field goal attempts.
That extra dribble right there allows him to engage Isaiah Hartenstein and then throw the lob.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that 2-man game for 4 for Hartenstein.
In here with Hartenstein with that 1-5. He's got to be careful he doesn't pick up another quick foul here because his offense has been too invaluable to start this ball game.
Champagne's 2. Misfiring thus far. Gilgeous-Alexander worked inside, got it back, come on. Okay, he couldn't go 5 for 5, 55.
And the easiest one, right?
I think so. De'Aaron Fox got a step. Everybody touched it. Champagny finished it. Beautiful.
That's team basketball at its finest right there for the Spurs.
SGA almost backcourt. Hartenstein again. This time it's short.
Well, this time before he was just almost dare shooting him.
Attacking Holmgren. Wembanyama will come to the free throw line.
I mean, this is how high you've got to shoot it when you've got a guy 7'4" with a 7'6" wingspan. Here's about in the open. Wemby getting closer to the basket. Jamal, he started 2 of 4, but he's being more aggressive.
That's when there's no real place to turn if you're the opposition. But to your point, Red, Wemby is more direct. They're getting him in space right now, so he can attack with more space.
Jalen Williams, Alex Caruso, Jared McCain checking in for the Thunder. Dylan Harper, Keldon Johnson. In for San Antonio. SGA with a step. Through it through traffic. Late shot clock. Deflected by Johnson.
Minutes of game 3 when the Spurs were all over. They were, Mike, you even alluded, is there a sixth Spur on the floor here? They're jumping routes.
2 to shoot. Got to be quick. McCain. Shot clock violation. But Wemby had possession, and so they play on. And it's the 6th man of the year, Johnson. Forcefully to the basket. And they need him to be that 6th man of the year. He wasn't.
Like he may have taken a shot as Johnson was going up.
SGA passing right the ball away. Wembanyama forced that end. Here's Victor. Got Williams. Go into the moves. The spin. Skip past Johnson. Side of the board's in. So 6 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Castle hits the 3. Much needed.
No hesitation, too.
The Spurs have scored the last 9. Alex Caruso. Jared McCain sees Wembanyama. Choices to pitch it to Williams. Hit 5 by Vassell. The Spurs have scored 12 in a row.
And you see for the OKC Thunder, they have a lot of shooting around SGA to make the Spurs figure out if they want to double him or play him straight up.
Foul on. We saw him during the regular season against San Antonio. He only played 7 playoff games and 18 total minutes, but definitely one of the cards he can play. SGA was ball handling. Castle nearly took it away. It's Williams inside Caruso. Shot clock running down.
I said you have to do a secondary move, and that's where the turnover came from.
Speed by Castle into the offense. Caruso from behind hits him and takes up. Keldon Johnson penetrates inside Gilgeous-Alexander. Hands all over it to knock it away. Came back the other way, keeping the dribble alive. Got Wemby out of the paint, back to the basket. Vassell said no. Spurs the other way with Vassell to Wemby. Timeout, OKC. To the Thunder. No one else scratched for OKC in 7.5 minutes, and Holmgren had it poked away by Vassell.
Well, the Spurs defense, active hands, moving feet, switching.
Wemby trying to throw it through Kenrich Williams, and
That's the second lob today. They
Yes.
only had 1 in game 3. Already 2 here in this first quarter.
this is going to the timeout. Great shot that we had in game 4, about 3 minutes or so into the quarter.
So if you're the Thunder right now, this is where the bench points are really important. No SGA on the court. Can you generate these bench points on your own without the attention that SGA takes away from you?
More importantly, though, usually he's on the bench and you see Cornette.
Played the heavy minutes in game 1, the double overtime win. Hartenstein pitches to Holmgren. His 3rd-team All-NBA player can get it going. Castle out of the corner. Too much. Hartenstein on the board. See if anybody else from Oklahoma City can put it in the hoop. McCain has some space. Missed the 3. Keldon Johnson on the board. Check in along with Gilgeous-Alexander. As you said, long run for Wembanyama. He remains on the floor here with 3:37 to go. Keldon Johnson extends the run. If he makes a free throw, he does not. Taped left hand, so we'll keep an eye on that. And although a righty, he goes and uses that left often and with comfort.
With so much confidence, almost a left-handed player who shoots right. Everything he does is step back. When he explodes, it goes.
Both free throws missed. It remains a 15-point lead for the Spurs. Back in the game, SGA. Yeah, my hand's fine. I'm good. But going left.
There you go.
Harper trapped inside, out of the corner, Champagnie. They really need him to get going with his shot. He's just not making them in this series.
But I've been in these slumps before. Those shots feel like boulders when you're shooting the ball. It's like so much pressure on each shot.
He's 6 of 28 in the series. Foul number 2. They've been following the Spurs since the Duncan era. San Antonio Express News with a great story on them, their loyalty. He's trying to lend a helping hand on a Sunday, nonetheless. Gilgeous-Alexander up there. It is. Pulled down by Cornette.
Cornette took that blessing, didn't he?
Yes, he did. We'll drop it there. Vassell. Nothing. Out of bounds. Ashley.
This is the first game for the Nuns this year, but they've been fans, like you said, Mike, since the 90s. It actually all started because they were called to work with the youth in the community, and they started following the team to better understand their interests.
The loyalty, both markets, great engagement at every level. SGA made his second field goal, and there is Cornette on the dunk.
That was the Whoopi Goldberg type Nuns up to the real Nuns.
Two to go. SGA at the elbow.
It was not Sister Act, Mike.
It was not. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Let's see that left knee. No, not a lot there.
No,
That embellishment of the legs.
Again, here you go.
You can look at it, Mike. You can look at it.
Again, I said nothing. That was inaccurate. It was the embellishment of the legs.
There's that 45 action right there by the Spurs to be able to get that space.
Penny fakes it, gets it to the corner. Vassell knocks down three. You get big guys to give the option to the guards.
Especially when they're higher up on the court and you are able to hit the burst and draw attention.
Aaron Wiggins out of the corner, pitched it to Kenrich Williams. Two guys who played very little in this series. The other way. Accelerates. Gets inside off of 2 feet. SGA there at the rim defensively. Fans wanted the call. Gilgeous-Alexander on the move. Sweet stuff to find space. Williams hits a three.
Big time in transition right there. 5 or 6 in game 3. A lot of those coming right from that very spot.
Cornette rolls to the rim. Fox takes the fade and misses. It's De'Aaron's full injury, as he usually does, wearing heavy braces on each ankle. Gilgeous-Alexander hits there. No call. Fans love that. In transition, Champagny. Tied up with Holmgren and the whistle. Wiggins out of the corner, blanketed by Vassell. Second and change. The difference in the game in shot clock end of the first. Wembanyama got a piece, but Holmgren cleans it up. Fox run with 7 straight on their own. Very similar to the way the game started the other night. Rookie's going to launch. Mr. 3 Cornette battling inside with Holmgren. Hits the deck. Thunder back located. Isaiah Joe, not bashful. Got Bryant inside. In the air and one. Isaiah Joe showing the patience. There you see the vets on the bench. Kelly Olynyk among them. Mason Plumlee talking to the young guys when they come out. It was Olynyk who's having words of encouragement for Carter Bryant, who came out after the miss in the corner. The
Spurs to attack Garrett McCain right now. They have such top-line defenders, and there it is. It's a screen and roll with McCain because they feel like that's the one person that will give them an advantage.
Fox turns the corner, turns around and scores. De'Aaron's first great speed. Stopped by the presence of Cornette. Fox guarding Joe. Snaking McCain. Good battle by Harrison Barnes checked in the last stop. He could have some important minutes tonight. Harper out the corner and Holmgren couldn't finish. Chet called for the foul. It's his second.
Well, the initial block was good, but it was the follow-through on the wrist, forearm area.
So the foul on Holmgren means that both he and Hartenstein, the two starting bigs, have 2. Tuesday, coverage begins 8 Eastern on NBC, 8:36 the tip time.
Well,
Fred, you want to give some love to the Knicks?
We talked about Alex Caruso coming off the bench playing big.
Yeah.
How about Landry Shamet last night coming off the bench?
He did. He gave some love.
Lots of love.
Why wouldn't I give the Knicks love?
He's been doing it all year.
My goodness.
Joe's 3 off the mark, stays alive off the top. Harper back the other way. Champagny right at Hartenstein, who's got 2, and it's still physical in there. They knock it away. Ball play fast. This is push. Beat basketball. Caruso fouls Harper. And that's what Mitch Johnson wants. He wants his Spurs to play. Guys, we are lost in the played at Rutgers. Didn't make the tournament with Harper and Bailey in Piscataway last year. And here he is playing later into the season and still playing big moments. Missed both free throws there to answer against the champs.
And this is going to help be the foundation for so many of their careers. You can go through something like this, and good, bad, or indifferent, get the experience, you become better.
How about Wallace? How about Champagny?
Go back from Wallace.
Fox Jansen got inside, stuck underneath.
Gentlemen, we're seeing some high-level defense.
Dylan Harper played through his right adductor injury. Pass short. Kept a lot. Fournette battles inside.
The one who kept the ball alive. If you're McCain, you can't just reach down and get it. You got to go grab it.
Hartenstein circled out, gets it back. As he gets the double digits, he's the first Thunder. On the live ball turnover. Wallace. Champagny's presence at the rim. Not, but he's still showing that full-out effort on the defensive end. SGA back in. Pocket 6. Castle with defense. Hartenstein denied by Wemby. Terrific defensive trip. Shot clock.
For Champagny or Harrison Barnes, go set a screen on him.
That's a foul. Doesn't feel like it's a big deal. It's your third in the quarter with 8 minutes still to go.
There it is.
There's Wemby fighting for space. Barnes gets it to him. Space over Hartenstein for 2.
50-50 ball.
Gilgeous Alexander now guarding veteran Harrison Barnes. Champagny needs long. Lid on it. Barnes trying to keep it alive. Count 9 back the other way.
These are some great looks that Champagny is getting.
Hartenstein in traffic. Nice catch and finish as Wembanyama goes down.
Yeah. If you're Mitch Johnson, you'll live with that. You'll live with those 12 points.
And Champagny's getting great looks as well, Reg. That's why they're putting him in action with Vic to make the Thunder have to do something.
Wembanyama, couple of head fakes, steps forward. That's a Bill Russell. Like throw it to get your own rebound.
He was trying to do the...
He's here. He's listening.
You know, it's his birthday, right? Give him some love.
Happy birthday. You see that cowboy hat he was wearing? That was nice.
I saw the cranberry juice after.
Low scoring here in the second quarter. 6.5 to go. Gilgeous Alexander, Castle trying to fight around Dort. What makes sense, or they're 12 of 34, 35% from the field. Very low for a series where they've shot 45%.
Communicate on this back screen here. Now it's going to be on McCain. A little over-aggressive.
They've been everywhere like bees to honey. They know it's going to take a defensive effort, get multiple stops in a row to be able to withstand this OKC Thunder team. Some of the offense. OKC goes on.
With a chanting is Harrison Barnes. Big contact there.
Sure. That knee or leg is okay. And this is the last thing if you're a Thunder fan. More injuries mounting up. That's a scary play.
Yeah, it really is. Again, without J-Dub, Jalen Williams, their 18-point-a-game man in this postseason. As he continues to deal with the left hamstring, it's kept him at most of the playoffs. OKC 5-team foul, Spurs just 1. Not taking as much advantage as they should at the line so far here tonight. They've been an outstanding shooting team in this postseason. SGA snaking his way towards Wemby. Got space and got 2.
Single time he wants to.
Hartenstein stayed in front of Wembanyama. Pick and roll to the basket. Wemby couldn't catch. Got the rebound and put it in. Alexander. Wemby steps up. The bounce to Hartenstein. Nothing going. Pitch out to SGA. Clock at 6. Hartenstein screen. Contact with Wembanyama. Victor called for the foul for the first time tonight. The Spurs in the quarter. Fans giving Gilgeous-Alexander the full treatment. Good contest by Castle. They were upset about sloppy closeouts in Game 3. Not tonight. Barnes inside. Battles with Williams.
Yeah, McCain 0 for 5. Remember that big Game 3 he had? Everyone staying home. No unnecessary doubles.
Fox staying with him. Barnes helps. Williams shoots. Rebound by Fox. Wemby on the cut. Step back for 3. Rattled out. Barnes to the corner. Good.
And Harrison Barnes, but McCain tried to get it. Watch the alley-oop by De'Aaron Fox. Whenever you get 2, throw it up for the 1.
He so easily does that. Backwards tap. Trying 3 again. Off. Holmgren battling with Castle. Chet's got the board.
Right now.
Whereas Blair having words with someone on the back of that Spurs bench. Or excuse me, yes, Spurs bench.
Alexander lost it.
Another turnover. It hasn't been offensively here in Game 4, but defensively, not giving up on plays.
Hear the fans, that soccer-like chant. Wembanyama coming to the free throw line as he is fouled going in on the drive, and that's 3. Fans familiar in this building with Wemby. Here's Ashley.
Well, you guys have been talking about Victor and his ability to get space. When asked about that, he took it on himself, saying, I need to be better for my teammates. I need to be more of a team player, facilitate better.
How he has started this ball game, that's helping your team because that's allowing everyone else to eat.
You see those fans, those are the jackals. Those are the approved by Wemby fans who start the chanting. They do the chants during the game. It makes it sound like soccer grounds, not a basketball arena. And just added to what was already a great atmosphere here in San Antonio. Great ball movement inside. Wembanyama fouls.
Is that what's going on here?
See, that was part of the story of Victor and getting these fans involved and just really created the atmosphere. And then that drum that came out in the regular season after they would win games. Split to go in Game 4. Spurs got the first one, double OT. Thunder get Games 2 and 3. That high wall set. Harper rims out the 3. Packer fighting to keep.
Have the lead going into halftime. Both teams are in the bonus. Who's going to take advantage of it more?
Chet Holmgren named before the game, 3rd team All-NBA this year. The chance to spend some time with Chet, who was in Minnesota. First memory began with the finals in 2011, Dallas against Miami. He was 9, as you see his dog Draco, who's his best pal, his getaway from basketball. He said he was 9, fell in love with the game. He would watch for the Spurs, reset to 14. Digging down, taken away by Cason Wallace.
Talking about getting down. Cason Wallace with a great steal there.
SGA short on the jumper. Vassell the board. Wemby runs the floor. Contact in the backcourt.
Tired. Hey, it's been great working with you guys, right?
The guy who went from this, you went from this to minion.
It's a minion.
I'm more known for this, and now I'm a minion.
41-32. Jamal, give me a little feel here for how this is played.
You have. So now each shot has a little bit more pressure on it. You're waiting to see if SGA is going to get it going, but he hasn't seen a double team, which means you don't have a lot of room to work.
He's helped there.
Great defense.
Sure was. Cason Wallace over Wemby. 4-2.
But he had to work for Harper.
Really? Come on. Everything but the 5-star finish. Wallace pushes back the other way at Champagny. Holmgren gets the tip as he found a little window.
The ball and score in the first 5 seconds before defense can set up.
Wembanyama hasn't been hot from 3. Going inside, going to get it himself, and he did.
That's the second time he's done that.
He went them straight off the glass with that one.
SGA stepping back.
That's beautiful separation right there. Wow. I mean, that was...
Sell his first important minutes in this series. Veteran out of TCU, Williams. Late clock Wemby, Nowitzki. Rebound by Holmgren.
the right thing of cleaning up the glass. Zora?
Holmgren called it smart aggression when going up against Victor Wembanyama. SGA even said you can't be too timid, then the Spurs can put a stranglehold on the game.
Yeah, you got to try, right? And especially when it's one game, you're right. And there are a lot of little mental notes that you've experienced firsthand.
And neither team will be the same once they finish the series. And I'm not talking injuries, I'm talking just mentality. They know they're going to see each other for years to come if everybody stays healthy. They know who their competitor is, and they're learning about each.
Holmgren called it smart aggression when going up against Victor Wembanyama. SGA even said you can't be too timid, then the Spurs can put a stranglehold on the game.
Yeah, you got to try, right? And especially when it's one game, you're coming in on a Thursday. Mental notes that you've experienced firsthand.
And neither team will be the same once they finish the series. And I'm not talking injuries, I'm talking just mentality. They know they're going to see each other for years to come if everybody stays healthy. They know who their competitor is, and they're learning about each.
5 seconds to go. Spurs +6 in the free throw line, +11 in attempts. Attempts were even in game 3. The game short. Champagny hits the deck hard on that one. Jump ball is called with he and Wallace. Champagny wins the toss, 2 for 1 perhaps. Wemby the screen. Fox. Vassell off of 2 feet for 2. You said it. Blocks. SGA draws 2. Wallace, no. Challenge for the rebound. Henrich Williams in there. Tries to secure it. Still loose, still time. Spurs do have it. Vassell. Wembanyama, I think he's going to go. From midcourt. Got it!